So how do we pray the Jumu'ah prayer? The khutbah, we've gone through that. And it is part of the condition, by the way, of the khutbah to be before the prayer. So if any person comes and prays Jumu'ah 2 rak'ahs and then gives the sermon afterwards, the prayer is invalid. It must be before the prayer itself. Also, another condition is that it should be and it must be audible. So if someone goes to the minbar and delivers 2 khutbahs without making a sound, he's the only one who's listening to himself, this Friday is invalid because it defies the purpose of having these 2 sermons. So what about the salat itself? How to offer these 2 rak'ahs of Jumu'ah? Well, you have to pray 2 rak'ahs like Fajr in every aspect. So it is 2 rak'ahs. It is prayed loudly, though it's in the door. And the sunnah in these 2 rak'ahs to recite Surah Al-A'la in the first rak'ah and Surah Al-Ghashiyah in the second rak'ah, which is Surah 62 and 63. And sometimes the Prophet used to recite Surah Al-Jumu'ah wal-Munafiqun, which is 87. Well, actually, I think I mixed the numbers. 60 Ghashiyah. But if you recite anything else, this is valid. And this is why the vast majority of imams usually do not stick to this, depending on the time, depending on their vocal cords. Sometimes people, when they give an oration and they shout and they're so engaged with it, when it comes to salat, they find themselves out of steam. They're unable to recite long surahs, so they choose short surahs. This is valid, this is permissible. It's not mandatory to recite those other surahs, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.